Hey, let's talk Texas a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I dig about this film is that only, geez, Matthew, only in Texas can guys get away with this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing time in our culture that you couldn't get away with that now probably. But I watch these guys and I'm thinking they're really bold. They're really arrogant. They're kind of wonderfully arrogant.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Definitely, yeah. It was in that time of, hey, see what you want, go get it. If you got the boss, go get it. Go get it. It's there to get. And that transition time of, I love it. It starts off, okay, we go in at night and we go when it's cold because people are sleeping. It's so cold the dogs won't bark. It's very kind of natural, just kind of like what's common sense. And then turns into, well, now we got round door safes, now the square door safes. We need someone to blow the square door safes. Well, then we can't blow the square door safes. Then we move up north. Horses turn into Studebakers. And then the cowboy film sort of becomes a gangster film. And then they go even north of that and run into some trouble with the Canucks.
These guys get spoiled.
They get spoiled. I don't know if they get spoiled. They get greedy, though. I mean, Willis, yeah. But it's exactly what got him. They wouldn't have been there in the first place if he wouldn't have been greedy. He just, at one time, when they run into one of their difficulties up in Toronto, is that he wanted some, and then so no, I don't know if they got spoiled. They got really greedy, though.
Yeah, they would run out because they'd spend it.
Yeah, they go spend it. They were having a good time. They're sort of semi-Robin Hood-ish characters, but they weren't like dealing it out to the communities. They were having a good time with it on their own.
I watched the film, and I was just, it makes me giggle, but it makes me also, like, God, these guys, how can they get away with this? They really got away with a lot.
Yeah.
They served light sentences.
Very light. One, they didn't kill anyone. So there was always...
They were lucky.
Yeah, no, they were. They didn't want to, but they were still lucky that they didn't kill anybody. I think if they'd have killed someone, it would have been completely different. That's one of those things that's unforgivable. Everyone, no matter how charming or how good of a salesman you are, if you kill someone, you're getting a pretty heavy sentence. They got the money. Willis had his logic about why it was okay to get the money, which is arguably right, but it's still bent, And then everybody who'd come and testify was saying, well, yeah, they were like the most gentlemanly guys. They didn't want any harm. They really did just want the money. And I guess there was a time when when laws were being defined, they got light sentences, just got the lightest because he was so light and fun in court. I guess, I don't know what that's about, but to be for charm and salesmanship to get you out of jail is a pretty cool thing.
See, you kind of giggle when you talk about it, and I giggle when I talk about it. These guys were bank robbers.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. Hey, you got to shoot a movie in your own backyard.
Yeah.
Is that different? Or is that
it was
good?
More comfortable. No, I mean, both. It was good. I was really comfortable. The segue from behind the camera to in front of the camera was easy. I'm very at home there. But it was also like a vacation for me.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been there. I haven't spent a long amount of time there. And I was looking forward to being there for 4 months.
It's a good film. Good work.
I think so, too.